member and technical expert, me, to schedule a time. So today is the time. Today is the day of days, and I welcome Marina to Tribecast. Welcome.
Hello, Harry. It's good to be here in the studio today and to sit on the other side of the microphone.
Yeah, lovely to hear you also and see you this time on the hot seat of the guest. So, as agreed upon before, our team members have submitted some questions to you that you have no idea that what they're going to be about.
Yeah, that's actually true. It's a complete improvisation for me. So that's actually trying out to be a host, not a host, but a guest on my own podcast. Weird but fun.
So, lovely. Happy to indulge you in this. I'm quite nervous myself also. I don't know. Okay. I have my cue cards here, and I'm going to read the first question from them. One member requested to open this interview with the office quote, "So, Marina, how dare you?"
Well, nobody tells me not to. Not to whatever I dare.
Yeah, whatever you dare?
Yeah. I mean, that's the point. I believe that tribe community is all about daring and doing and being brave. And I was just talking to the new interns that we invited to work with the core team recently, and we kind of agreed that it's always easier to do and then to ask, or sometimes just do without asking the permission. And that's actually one big thing which I learned working here.
So doers do and doers dare?
Yes, doers dare, I would say though.
Okay. So... now to a more honest and serious question. How dare you?
Come on.
That's an official question.
Yeah, I mean, I not that I don't believe you, but...
So let's, what else do you dare? Like, outside of this realm of Tribe and Tribecast. Well, how do you dare Tribecast? And how do you dare yourself?
I mean, Tribecast was a complete improvisation. As the story goes, I was basically invited to be part of the Red Brick Accelerator in the very early Red Brick stage as a part of support team doing some marketing and some social media and whatever else. And we just talked with Mirza that it would be cool too because there are so many mentors and speakers who come to do the workshops. And we decided that it would be cool to somehow save their wisdom for the future generations and also for the people who maybe are interested to listen to them and who are not part of the team or something like that. And we came up with the idea of recording them. Or basically I said, hey man, I used to do it. Maybe I can do it if you find me a mic. And then he was like, I love the idea of here's Vesco, here's other team members. Let's think what we can do with it. And yeah, so it was a pure pilot. First we thought of 4 episodes. Then we ended up of doing 8 episodes. And then it was like, okay, you can still do it. I mean, we bought the mics. So,
and here we are 1 year later.
Yeah, and here we are 1 year later, and it's 2 people in the team, and it's great support from the community, and it's all the big events besides, and it's my first overseas episode. As you probably all know, we recorded a special episode at Arctic 15 Stockholm this year. It's a constant journey which is going, and I'm still enjoying it most of the time.
So that brings us to our third question. 1 year Tribecast, which was the most memorable moment of the podcast?
I honestly don't remember the first interview. I mean, I don't really remember who was the first because there were a few tryouts and some technicalities and stuff like that. I would say that Arctic 15 Helsinki was a memorable thing for me because it was my first recording out of the studio. That was weird and fascinating and difficult. And the technicalities, and yeah, the media studio was very specifically equipped. There were like loads of people constantly talking, and I was really scared that the sound will be a complete mess. That was one highlight. What else? Harry joining was one big thing for me because finally someone is looking on the sound while I'm talking to the guest. And yeah, probably the moment when I uploaded the first episode, I remember it clearly. It was just this feeling that, okay, it's out and I can see that people are listening to it.
So you're excited to track the numbers also?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, guys, if you ever feel that you need some new experience, upload something online and then just play with tracking the numbers. It's even more exciting than, posting something on your social media and checking how many likes you get. It's just weird. You just update the app every 15 minutes.
So has there been a growth during this time of Tribecast?
We're constantly growing. If we take all the plays for now, they're around 500.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because we don't really track like personally every listener.
Yeah, subscribers.
We're not CRI,
Yeah.
or KGB. So for plays, that's the numbers.
So you answered really, really well on this question. You didn't only give us one memorable moment. You gave us 3 memorable moments. Okay, we go to the question number 4. What did you think when you first saw/heard Tribe?
Honestly, I didn't even have any expectations or anything. I was told by a friend that it's a place to network. I was looking for a job. I was looking for connections. And I believed in myself as little as possible, I should say, at that point. So I was up to checking every opportunity.
Everyone who ever visited Tribe knows that you have a passion for baking. Which is your favorite cake to eat, but also bake?
Oh, that's really, seasonal thing. I made one really cool cake for Christmas, which I did not bring to Tribe, actually, because I just decided that I want to keep it home. It was call it a monk house. It's a weird construction of a dry dough filled in with dried fruits like raisins and apricots and stuff, and all that poured into really heavily butter-based cream. It's sweet. It's a combination of soft and dry, and it's really easy to mess up, which I actually did.
Okay.
Because I messed up the dough a bit. I really, really miss the baker you can buy back home. That's probably one thing I miss about in Finland, because just complete different recipes, and most of that stuff cannot be really made at home unless you buy some, really cool equipment to whip the egg yolk and stuff like that. But I don't know, I enjoy baking even sometimes more than actual eating process, I should say, because I love watching the dough. It's like this basic kitchen chemistry,
Yeah.
You pour some soda and you pour some lemon juice on it, and it's like, whoosh.
You're a kitchen chemist. That sounds about right. So it's all about the making.
No.
Making and baking.
It's more like sharing is caring, I used to be a huge fan of Napolitana cake. That's like probably one thing, but I don't know. I'm a sweet tooth in general. That really depends on the mood on the season. And
do you make them from the top of your head, or do you have a recipe of some kind?
I usually follow the recipe.
Okay. For these favorites, please DM Tribecast, so she will send you the recipe if you really, really want it.
Yay. Or just drop by to Tribe Tampere. Probably there will be a cake on the table and an event on the stage.
So, question number 6. What was your favorite dessert as a child, and why?
We have this pastry. It's very thin dry dough, which goes in a roll, and it's filled with whipped filling, which is basically baiser, but like soft one, so eggs and sugar. It was just perfect because there are so many ways to eat it. It's big, so you can either try to get the filling out and then eat the dough, or you can bite together. And it was so much fun because as a child, I used to have like sweets all over my face and hands, and it was like perfect to, mess up. That was like a thing.
So,
of course, my mom hated it,
Okay, for the last cue card, question number 7. Congratulations on 1 year of Tribecast. What do you think Tribe will be in 10 years' time?
Tribe in 10 years' time? Well, for now, Tribe Tampere is the fastest developing startup community in Finland. And I assume that in 10 years, we'll have the numbers growing. Both the numbers of the people being active here, people knowing about us, hopefully the numbers of financing being of our disposal. I basically believe in the future of Tribe. I hope that the ecosystem will start getting stronger and working together, because one thing which, in my understanding, is important to do in Tampere is to continue the trend of building actually every player of startup community into the ecosystem. So there is a easy way to reach anybody who is interested, whether it's a startup, an investor, a student looking for a summer internship, or person willing to volunteer, a entrepreneur in the form of Toiminimi, or whoever is there. So if we can continue making these people make it in a good way, be together as a network, as a community, that's one cool thing. And then, of course, hopefully we will continue having events like big ones like Stream or Tribex, Startup World Cup. So I see the future there. And of course, hopefully more startups appear under the umbrella and become successful and create working places and stuff like that in Tampere area. Because I love the area. I think it has a great past and it has a history to be built further.
That's a great point. I think that's just great. Entrepreneurship in general has a big upswing. What are your dreams and ideas for the next 10 years?
I want a hedgehog.
Hedgehog? You want a hedgehog?
I want a hedgehog. I have a few dreams of what I can be doing professionally. And I have a very clear vision of what I would like to look like, but that's probably a little bit too personal. Hopefully I'll get a tattoo by then. That's probably one thing. But yeah, one thing, as you might have noticed, the logo of Tribecast is a hedgehog, and that's actually one of my big personal dreams. As soon as I feel that I'm financially settled down, I will get a pet hedgehog and white African thing. They're cute and they eat at night, so we can have late dinners together. He's eating his whatever bugs and me having my salad, stuff like that.
Okay, how do you know hedgehog is male or female? I've never.
Oh, you ask.
So hey, what about, you mentioned a dream profession?
Yeah.
What kind of position? Where?
I mean, I honestly love the current job of a community caretaker, and maybe it will be the best thing for me, both for what I can do and what I would like to do is to do something the same. So, helping with event organizing, talking to people, building the network, taking care on different levels. I think it's a combination of my academic skills, because I'm a Bachelor of Intercultural Communication, and that's basically a clear implementation of what I can do academic-wise. But also that's a combination of some personal skills, because I worked in sales, I worked on the radio, I also have a license as a translator, so I did lots of translating and interpreting on different parts of my life. I did some teaching. So I can play with all that. I like talking to people. I like helping people. My best part of the current work is when I can introduce some people to each other and I see this small hint of interest. And I know, okay, probably this guy will invest in their company. Probably those two startups can do something together. Probably this girl who just dropped by to meet her friend who is in some meeting, he'll be volunteering for Startup World Cup. And that's beautiful. That's when I say to myself, that was a good day.
I had a couple bonus questions
All
that came in late. One question was, what was the most hilarious incident or encounter during a podcast interview that happened?
I mean, there were a few issues when the person would say something and I was like, do I really want it out? I had one guest who said the F word, and he basically asked me, can I say it? And I said yes. And then he said, and then after some thinking and considering, I decided to erase it. During Helsinki, there was a really beautiful interview with Dylan Fields. And this is one thing which I'm proud of, because it took me 13 emails to prove to his media support team that, hey, Tribecast is a valuable thing in Finland. Can we please talk to the guy? And that was really beautiful, because I think the interview went well. Oh, yeah, there was this one really, really cool thing. Unfortunately, I made a decision to erase it from the recording, and that's one thing I regret badly, because one of the Tribe core team people was talking to me, and I asked him to introduce himself, and he was like talking for a minute, and then he was like, I don't know what to say, ask me something. I don't know, it sounded so funny to me. I regret badly that I deleted this part.
And to the last bonus question, I don't know who was the fellow lady who sent this in, but did you ever have sex on Tribe premises?
I'm really curious who of the team thought of this one.
No idea.